Hello, it's Elizabeth, and I'm here in my art loft, ready to show you my journal, which I call my Bohemian Journal. I made it very opulent, or that's what I call it. I did a lot of use of gold and other trims and things like that. The front of it looks like this. The back of it looks like this, with a big ruffle along the back. And then if you remove the ruffle or lift up the ruffle, you can remove it because it has the bulb pins holding it together onto these little circle pins that are stuck into the cover in the front and back. And when you remove the big ruffle, which I think looks really cute on it, but maybe you don't. Who knows? Then you have the normal type journal with a fringe of beads on the back. The fringe includes lovely abalone shells at the bottom and crystals, and the paper beads are ones that are made from other gel prints. The back of the journal itself looks like this. So you can see through the back, through the open spine cover. And we have at the top and bottom, it's held in, the signatures are held in with pamphlet stitch. The front of the journal looks like this and is a padded front. It's has thickness to it, and I have a Velcro closure on the front, which has a big flower on the closure. So there's lace around the front only, not around the back, and this is padded. You can see that it's kind of thickness and padded. So the journal itself starts with an inside cover of gel print, and the first signature starts with and all of the signatures have the same layout of papers in them. So they all have a gel print to start with, and some are made into pockets, some are not. And then you have a gel print on tracing paper, which makes an interesting overlay either way that you look at it. Then another gel print, in this case with flowers that you could fill in later. Then it has a piece of vellum that has been decorated with napkin applique. Then a piece of tracing paper, another piece of gel printed tracing paper. Some of them had more texture to them, some of them have more of a design to them, and so on. This one has a piece of lace added to the edge of it with a paste paper that's been a piece of paste paper to make the little zigzaggy looking thing there. I don't generally have any sewing in my in these journals unless it's like sewing in the signatures. I don't do any extra sewing. This is a coffee filter that's been tie-dyed, and a piece of watercolor paper that's been tie-dyed with a cute little pocket on it that is kind of lacy. It's a die-cut lace pocket with a silver card to do some journaling on. Then we have a piece of white paper. It's been stamped just so that it's not all blank white, and gold painted around the edges just for fun. Piece of music paper, graph paper, and then in the center of each signature is a mandala sheet from a mandala sheet, book. And the same thing, of course, you're going the rest of the way. Sometimes you have a little applique that's been applied to one of the pages because it's pretty. And it looks bohemian, I think. And there we have our tie-dyed watercolor paper and coffee filter. And then we have the other side of the tracing paper with a different, edge on it, of course. And then the vellum and the gel print and the gel printed tissue or tracing paper. And the gel printed ones are printed on both sides. Some more exciting prints than others, of course. And then the second signature is the same thing. You have gel print, tracing paper, gel print, vellum, tracing paper with cute little edging here that I've added little sparklies to. Coffee filter, that's got a nice little applique on it. A piece of watercolor paper. same papers inside. The white paper that's had the gold trim, music paper, graph paper, and the mandala. And then the same things going out. Watercolor paper, the tie-dyed coffee filter, the tracing paper, which you can see through that, not a whole lot. The vellum that you can see through as well. I mean, you can see that, and you know, it'd be fun to write on that, and then you'll see the actual stuff through it. Another little pocket with an interesting tag. The tags are made of the silver tags are a silver cardstock, and these other tags are made from bark paper, and I used that because that's what I had in my drawer that's been sitting there for 20 years and never been used, so now it's in this journal. Some of the gel prints have like dragonflies stamped on it. This is a gel print on a tracing paper, and then in this case I did not make a pocket because I wanted it to be able to fold out so that you could, you know, fill in the flowers if you wanted to, or just look at the beauty of the gel print. Then we have a gel print for the third signature, tracing paper, another gel print, and this one has an applique on it that's been made into a tuck spot. And when you tuck these two in here, it kind of gives the illusion that it's belly band, but it's not. It's actually a tuck spot from each side. Could put a bunch of little tiny things in there instead of the one big thing, but that's what I've done with it. Then on the other side, I've added a page to this where this is the edge of the folded over previous gel print, and then I've added another gel print to it, which makes a fold out little booklet for you to write in. This is the strings from making the booklet, and I don't know if I'm going to put charms on the outside of that or not. Haven't decided that yet. And again, this is the bark paper. One side of the bark paper is really smooth, and then the other side's got a little bit of texture to it, so it might be interesting writing on that. Then we have the vellum and a tracing paper with some sparklies added to it. And then we have another die cut, so that this is just interest. It's just put against the coffee filter. So I think that looks nice compared or next to that, because it kind of reflects on those. Anyway, a watercolor paper, the regular white paper, music paper, graph paper, and mandala. Graph paper, music paper, white paper, and we're back to the colorful things. Oh, look, there's a tuck spot, which has a tag in it. This is made from a silky kind of ribbon. I've made sure that the edges don't fray. There we have our watercolor paper and our coffee filter, and then the tracing paper. And you can see through this side of the tracing paper with the die cut that's in there, and then you can see on the other side I've done a die cut that I've put on the other side of it, so you've got like two places where you can see through it and see the die cut. I think that's fun. Another tag, another gel print on tracing paper, and then we have another of the booklets with a fold out section here that you have a little booklet to put, you know, whatever secret stuff you want to put in there. The fourth signature has some lacy looking stuff on it. And then we have the gel print, and then the gel print on tracing paper, the next gel print, which has a lace pocket and a silver card in the lace pocket. Then a piece of vellum, piece of tracing paper, which has print on it. Can you see that print? That's lovely. You can see it. Well, you can see it when I hold it up, I think. Yes, there you go. And they're accented with, usually with paste paper pieces that I had, strips of paste paper to accent the tracing papers, because I just thought they'd be nice like that. This watercolor paper, and we have the white paper, the music paper, and a coffee stain on my graph paper, the mandala. And this is a page topper, which just is two pieces of two little cardboards stuck together with a little space in between them so that you can stick it on top. You can actually use it to clip two pages together, but it's not really a paper clip. It's just meant to be a decorative item in your book So you usually just put it on the top of one page and go on. There's the watercolor paper, the coffee filter. I like how this little flower reflects all the colors that are in these two things here. And that's the same, that beautiful gel print on the tracing paper there. And this is another napkin applique. Oh, I didn't put a tag in that one. I knew there was one missing. I couldn't remember where it was. Okay, so this is a belly band that's made out of the edge piece that would have torn off the edge here. Put that over there. And then this is tracing paper, of course. And you could write on that if you want to. You don't have to, of course. But if you write on that, it's going to be interesting where it's on one side and you can see the writing in the right way, and then you turn it over and it'd have it the other way. But of course you can see through that. You can see the gel print that's under it, makes it interesting. This is a pocket made with the gel print that was folded over, and an applique on there. And then for the fifth signature, we have a tuck spot that is made with a silk ribbon. Not the same one as the previous one, but a little different silk ribbon. The tracing paper, of course, and another gel print. The vellum, another tracing paper. The coffee filter and watercolor paper, and then the white paper and the music paper and the graph paper and the mandala paper all in the center and kind of away from bumpity lump things so that it'd be easy to write on them if you want to. Except there is a little bit here. There's a little lace pocket that has a silver card in it. And this book is made with the open spine, and one reason for the open spine is so that if you need to, for any reason, you can turn it inside out on itself so that you can write on pages easier by having less bulk under it. Now I'm going to put it back to the right way. Put it back to the beautiful way that it's supposed to be. And this is a nice little beaded thing on the edge here. That does make a little bit of a bump there. If you were trying to write on this page, you might have difficulty if you went all the way out to there. And there is, in the back of the book, there is a card for you to use under pages so that you won't have the interference from other bumps from other pages. And the tracing paper, this one has an applique on it. And another pocket with a little card in it. And then the last signature is the same as the other ones. I mean, the same way as the other ones. It's not the same, obviously, because it's different papers. But you have first you have your gel print with a pocket, then the gel print on tracing paper, and then a gel print, which in this case has a pocket that's made out of lace, and a silver card in it. And piece of vellum, and the other tracing paper. This is a little hidden paper clip that is two-sided and has a little charm added to it with a bead that's made from a gel print. And this is the offcuts from one of the many die cuts that I have, which I just love my die cuts. And then you can clip this. You could clip this any way you want, but it kind of looks like it's supposed to be clipped like this. But you can clip it. I mean, you could clip it anywhere you want. And I just clip it on the edge of this to make it kind of a fun thing, because it kind of goes right there. And it, kind of matches. Plus this side, this kind of reflects the stuff that's here. So I kind of think that looks really cute there. But you could put it anywhere you want in the book. You could use it as a bookmark, whatever. And then we have the same kind of things in the middle of this signature. And there we have a little tuck spot that's on the white page. You could write all around there. You could even kind of flip this up a little bit and write underneath of it if you wanted to. I think it looks cute with the purple on the page that's there. And another tracing paper. This is vellum. It has a napkin applique and another tracing paper, another gel print and another tracing paper gel print. And then on the last page it actually has another of these fold out booklets that you can write additional information in. They actually have, excuse me, it has 2 folios, which means that there are 4 pages. So front and back you have 8 surfaces that you can write on. It's not a bad little bunch of papers to write on, and you can even write on these gel prints. I mean, you don't have to be shy about that. You can use a ballpoint pen. Pencil will work on them, but it makes it kind of difficult to see. And then that's the last page, and then this is the cover with the board that you use for a writing board, and it has the little things to slide in there. I always sign mine on the back cover, handmade by Elizabeth Riggle, June 2021. And this, the closure for this is made with Velcro. You have, or hook and loop tape, I guess is what you should call it. So you have a little long piece so that when you, if you close it all the way right now, it will close all the way to putting this all the way to here. Now I do have to push it a little bit, but you see it's closed all the way, and it's really not, I mean, it's still got a little bit of room in it with that. But if you added a bunch of stuff, then you could actually loop it out to there, and it still would have room to close. So you can see, I mean, a whole another inch that you could add stuff to it if you were interested in this book. Okay, so that's what the book looks like. And, oh yes, I forgot to tell you about the charms. I put charms coming out of each of the signatures, because the way that I do this is I put a signature in. I have pamphlet stitch at the top, which comes out here to become the fringe, and then the pamphlet stitch on the bottom set goes inside to become to be inside the signature. So I have these charms that I've added to one of each of the threads that come out the bottom, and it has, for the charms, I have 3 coins, and the coins are to remind you of the rewards for courage, luck, and hard work, wherever the other coin went. There's 3. Oh, there are 3. Then I have a moon charm, and the moon charm reminds you that everything is cyclic. So if something's going bad right now, it will eventually turn good, and unfortunately the other way around, if it's going good, it will eventually turn bad. We also have a bow, and the bow is to remind you of family ties, whether it be children, grandparents, parents, siblings, whatever, aunts, uncles, cousins, and friends. And then we have a key, which is to remind you that love is the key to everything. So those are the charms that I've added, and there are room for 6 more charms if you wanted to add 6 more charms to it. Thank you for watching me show you my video of my Bohemian type journal, and I hope you liked it. I love it. I think it's just gorgeous, and I love the fringe and the way that it sounds when you're playing with it. And no, it doesn't really get tangled up, although sometimes they do cross their threads, and you do have to. And I said that, and of course now it's all tangled up. It's not tangled. It can be easily undone. And if you don't wad it up on the table and smush it around, then it won't do this as much either. The fringe is made with every other thread being the same. So all the odd threads have the nice little shell dangle, and then the even threads have a nice little little crystal at the bottom. And they each have two paper beads, and then a bunch of other beads, which are just beautiful colored beads because I like them. And let's get this straightened out. Come back here, you. Okay, where do you go? Okay, this goes this way. Okay, there we go. Now we've got it. Now you can see how pretty it is. There, you see it? And then you can add the ruffle on the back, and you're finished, and you can put it away for the day. Thank you for watching. I hope you subscribe, comment, leave a thumbs up, whatever you need to do. Thanks for watching. Bye now.